There's three different positions that we're going to be hitting these in. So this is going to be the first one here, where the goal for each of these is you have your impulse rope and you have it wrapped around your rack. And then what we want to do over the course of the given time is pull yourself into as much range as you can and think about pulling yourself underneath the rope. So it's not necessarily like I'm trying to do an overcoming ISO against the rope here. It's like I'm using the rope as an anchor point, and then my goal is to pull myself as deep and as far underneath that rope as I possibly can. So some cues that I'm using here are, I want that back heel to be down and flat on the ground, or as flat as I can towards the ground. Back hip extended and no discomfort or no feedback there. And then arms up overhead, relatively straight. I'm kind of thinking lock them out, and then I'm trying to create a full arch through the spine as I go through there, as I'm trying to work myself away from the rope and trying to get as wide as I can with the lower half. So that's position number one. This is going to be number two, where we go laterally now. So again, you'll notice I set up in a split stance, and then I'm walking my way out away from the rope, not doing an overcoming ISO, but just using that as an anchor point to try to slide underneath and create range. So I'm trying to literally create like a full lateral bend, clean curve from the side on these. And then the last one is going to be rotation. So set up wide with the lower half, again, back heel, or not back heel, not necessarily towards the ground in this one, more like the goal is to use the rope as your anchor point, and then you're trying to open your pelvis underneath that, and you're trying to pull the upper half back against that pelvis. So it's like an active kind of like separation of those two parts that you're working on underneath that rope.